Test, test. And you can't hear the game. Okay. What is going on with OBS tonight? Please tell me you can hear me now at least. What the heck happened with all of this? Let's just check the rest of these real quick. All right, cool. Thank you, Nerdy. All that explanation was just a test. And then this is... Okay, so hopefully... All right, can you hear the game now? I know that there's a delay, Nerdy, but just let me know if you can hear the game now. That's so funny. I don't know what happened. All the audio settings on OBS reset to default. I've never had that happen before. I didn't even update OBS or anything, so it shouldn't have done that. I don't know why it did that. Oh my gosh. Okay, good. Awesome. Hello, Silver. Thank you, Nerdy. All right, well, geez, so much was being said. Okay, so I'm gonna go over this real quickly again. Oh, I feel so bad. Sorry, everyone. I'm still sick, if you can't tell. I'm gonna do my best to continue talking without ruining my voice tonight. So the whole point of this stream is to be more chill. I had to downgrade my Elgato's Stream Deck software, nothing else. Not even the Wavelink software that I use, I had to touch. Everything was still running through Wavelink. It was specifically only OBS. So weird. Nothing else was misconfigured. But anyways, so obviously I've been now streaming for 10 minutes, so I've been explaining things to people that couldn't hear me, so I do apologize. But real quick, so just to bring us up to speed, freight, load balancer down below. Load balancer, 48 lines go into ingest building 1. Ingest building 1 has a load balancer. And then I'm not going to go back down, but if you go back down, these 48 lines go back into the load balancer, into another load balancer. So it has three load balancers right off the rip. Now it does crisscross in the lines, so it does shuffle them up a little bit as well. And then we are going to be actually not here. And then we are going to be using a storage buffer in ingest building 2, but we're not going to stack them like this. This is more of like the showroom, kind of like if you had a company and you wanted to like show off to people that are driving by on the expressway, like, ooh, that building looks like it's got some cool stuff. That company looks like they're pretty cool. Ah, thank you, Silver. And so this is the only one that's going to be up. Plus, I was concerned about the sight lines because I don't want to block Cerebellum. But having this annex building here really low didn't look right either. So I think I came across a nice, healthy balance of something that kind of blocks Cerebellum, but still frames it, if that makes sense. And then, obviously, if you're even higher up, it's not blocking Cerebellum at all. So, and then just a bunch of little decor here. So I use the cables. So I use the cables here just to frame it, just to give it, you know, a little depth in that aspect, but also, you know, add some color. Ooh. Don't know what's going on. Lights and insets, just to give it a little more depth as well. And then we are using a lot of glass, but I'm trying to use it differently. So we do have glass panels to see through instead of a block of concrete. The sides I'm not too concerned about because the sides are not meant to be seen. So, I don't know why this backpack is bugged. There we go. That's sound effect was just stuck on. So, this is the only storage buffer that's going to be tall. So that brings us to this. Because the storage buffer, we need 8, 3 deep. So this is the rest of them. The rest of the 7. Excuse me. So we have 1 there, and then we got 7 here to make 8. And this is 1 deep. We now need to go 3 deep. And then all 48 lines we need to route to the other side of this. Oh, I never finished that off. I forgot to finish that off. We're going to have to do that at some point. Probably off stream. That's a tedious little task. To the other side, because it's crisscrossing. 1 to 2 to 3 on the other side. So what I'm probably going to do, because 48 lines going through here isn't going to look good probably. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to do 48 lines going right through here. It's underneath the storage buffer bridge, or it's underneath the storage array. Cerebellum, it's this little bridge, so we're going to cross. And then that'll be the inlet for building 3, ingest building 3, where we will then condense the lines from 48 to 24. And then that goes into Cerebellum, which, if you haven't been here before, I'll real quick show you what that looks like. Wake hasn't done the bulk yet. He's been busy with a lot of other stuff. But all 24 lines are going to come up these elevators, or conveyors, and feed into what we call the brain, which is going to be like a chandelier if everything works right. So it's going to be like hanging from the ceiling, all open floor, like open floor, no floor between us and the brain is the goal. There's a floor here just so we can build. But we'll see. If we need to put in a floor, we'll put in a floor. If not, we're going to try not to. And then it's going to go down and serpentine around is the plan to get into the storage array. All right. So, if you've been around, you've heard some of this before, but obviously the ingest building 2 is relatively new. Wake is actually in the VC. I've been, with all these issues, I've been away longer than I meant to. So let's rejoin Wake right now, and hopefully we'll check to see if the Discord sound works. Hey, Wake, are you there still? Wake has left. And I don't blame him. I was gone for a long time. He probably had dinner come up. But next person who hops into the VC, I'm going to have to check to make sure that the Discord sounds are coming through OBS. Ooh, slug. All right. So, like I said, it's going to be chill. Our goal tonight, at very least, is to get this all built, which shouldn't necessarily be a problem. We might have some bottlenecks with the concrete. If the bottlenecks with the concrete come up, then we can start building these lines here. And we still have to connect it from under the ground through here anyways. So there's a lot of things we could do in the meantime. But Wake did build these, and they are his own blueprint. So we do have blueprints to work with, which is the only reason why we're able to get all this done the way that we have. Let's build out. Now there are nodes underneath that we're building over. We will be utilizing those later for Factory 4 once we actually get the factory portions up and being built. Ah. Seems seems like the concrete might hold out. It always seems like we're doing good on concrete, and then all of a sudden we're out. There we go. I do not foresee this building. I don't want this building to be very tall. I want it to be as short as possible. But still with some room to move around it. Like, I don't want to enclose it like a coffin necessarily, so I left some walking room on either side, plus this here, because I'm going to put in a partition, a mostly glass partition, so that people can run up and down here, this aisle, and then look and see inside necessarily. Not that you'll see too much, but you'll see like inside. And there'll be a little separation. Excuse me. So, one of the key things, in my opinion, is making, like, having some separation and stuff can make a world of difference in a build. Because even if you have just, like, imagine this is a building, right, with a factory. If you have just a box, sure, the outside might be boring, and the outside might be, bland. You might not be happy with it. But on the inside, at least, if you add just some decor, some separation of walls, kind of split it up a little bit. Hey, good shot. Hola, tres amigos. Hola. It can make a world of difference. Like, it can just make it feel, I don't know. I don't know if it necessarily feels more realistic or not, but like if that's the reason. But it just feels a lot better when you do. So, the key though is to build first and then go. So let's see. He does have outputs, but Wake did not build any of the. So a little tip here, and it's not the biggest deal in the world, but hold on, if you build a blueprint and you build like a and you include in the blueprint this like a little bit of connector bit, then you can connect to another blueprint way easier, like automatically. I don't think it'll work otherwise. Well, let's see. We got 6-lane bufferway. I mean, look at that thing. Look at that sucker. So we need to line her up. Now we need to use both the top. We need to use all input. Ooh, see, it's clipping there. We don't want clipping. Okay, so now the question is, do I leave a little space? Do I close it? I think closing it. I think feeling like almost claustrophobic when you're in the machine makes it feel cool. It almost makes it feel cozy in a weird way. Look at this thing. Look at this being built. Look at that. But as you see, it didn't auto-connect here. So we're going to have to build those manually, which is, again, it's not the end of the world whatsoever. We'll get on this side since we're building this way. Alright. I think I have... Do I have a hotbar already set up with this? It's the lights. I guess I don't. We'll just use this one. Let's go. Blueprints, 6-lane buffer array. We'll put it on 1. There we go. All right. Oof. All right. We are in too deep. Now, here's the thing. I don't want to leave a little air gap like that. And I just want to kind of make sure that this is lined up still, just as like a sanity check. It is. Build. Oh, wow. Okay, we're burning through a lot of that stuff so fast. Okay, so... Boom. We'll just kind of connect them now. Give the materials a chance to catch up. Boy. Boy, oh boy. Okay, now here's the question. I think it's going to be too... I think it's going to be too sharp. I think it's going to be too sharp, but we're going to try. Can we... This has got to be too sharp, right? No. No, it's not. Alright, well, that's what we're going to do. It's going to add more time to the build, but that's so much nicer. Because now, see, now we can just run through. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Alright, so let's build these. It doesn't look janky, at least in my opinion. Look at all of that. Boopy boop. Enough for everything else. We should build, yep, the next storage buffer. Go, build. Oh my god, it eats up so much. Well, we'll just continue this then. There's so many aspects to this build that we can definitely swap out like this and tag This is... I don't think it's... No, I didn't mean to do that. Blueprint. 6-link buffer array. There we go. Got enough. Right? Oh no, we're still missing pipes. Yeah, we'll have it. We'll get this loud. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. Just in time. Now keep in mind, we still got to build one more. We've got to build one more row of these. That's one more row. Beyond this. Okay. Now, everything's going to definitely need some time to catch up. So let's build what we can. reason. No, okay, it was just my perspective. I just like that. These risers are so annoying sometimes. And not just the risers, but it's just like, if I'm on this side, if I'm looking at it from this side, why do you think I want to snap it? Look how good this is going to look, though. I am not upset. We'll give it a little more time to catch up, and we'll throw these on. At least it doesn't snap to it right now. What's the other side that is? But like making the little differences, like even though this is a lot more clicky, to do this so that there's a walkway, even if you never walk down it, it just visually looks so much nicer. Even though it looks fine with the belts running straight across, and we would have been done with the ones that we already had built. But going the little extra, the little minor details really makes a big difference. Yeah, look how good this is looking. You know, I didn't think how difficult this was going to be to connect these. I don't have any electricity over here, do I? Nope. I think we're going to just run a temp line. Just so we can not have to, nope, not that. Just so we can hover and not mess around with. Really, it looked like it was. Probably farther than it should go, to be quite honest. All right. Yeah, too long. Okay. There we go. This is definitely going to make this easier. Overpacks are really slow. They are definitely the best tool to build with, in my opinion. Like auxiliary tools. Alright, so let's just when we do the next one, we're going to do the second, the top portion first. Before we do all of these. We definitely have enough now to continue. We gotta build, what, 3 more, looks like? Okay, that should be good. Excellent. Oh, wow. Okay, Just gonna need some time. Let's do what I said to do, which is connect. It's a sea of storage. Oop. All right. Let's get the next one here. Should be good. It is. Get these connected. Literally? Okay. I wasn't sure if we were dealing with the poison that was below. I thought we were high enough up, but for a moment there, it looked like we weren't. One more? Yeah, one more for this line. Or this row, I should say. There we go. Alright. Should be good. It is. when this is done, when we got the last of these connected, I forgot we want to get these first. Fell off. Alright, let's see. Last one. Plenty of water when you're under the weather. Should drink plenty of water all the time. Hey, Axiom, how you doing? I know what Mega Project means to Satisfactory. I know, right, Silver? All right, so real quick, if you hear me go quiet like that right now, and I stop moving in game, I'm probably having a coughing fit. And I obviously mute myself so that you can't hear that. So just so you know. I would not have left without saying something. All right, so we have one line, one row, two row, and we need to build one more row of this exactly the same way. And now look at this. Now that we took the time, we can just run. We're going to get rid of these electrical eventually here. We're just going to use it for now. But look at this, being able to run through like this instead of having to hop over. Can you imagine? Hey, not too bad. Axiom, I hope you're doing well. Obviously, I'm sick per the stream title, but playing through the pain. But I can't complain. I mean, I could complain. We all could complain. But I'm not going to. But thank you for joining. So you saw, like, if we had these going straight across, can you imagine 48 lines? What if there was something in here that we needed to look and address or check just to make sure it was working right? Can you imagine trying to jump through? You would have to try to come up above. That would be such a pain. So taking the extra time to build this, not only does it help down the road, but look at that. Look. I don't know why the server's jumping like that. Look how nice it is. Look how good that looks. Okay. So, we're going to hold off for a moment, building the next row. I would assume you were just making coffee, popcorn, or restroom break. I mean, you're not wrong. I try to at least announce it before I leave. Okay, so while we still have one more line to build, we got a few things to do. Other than that also need to be done. We need to connect all of these also over here, and then we need to connect these. Uh-oh. Ooh. Ooh. This might be... Maybe I want to swap these out for... Maybe, okay, here's what we'll do. We're going to swap out. Glad we're seeing this now. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is we're going to swap out this whole line here. We're going to swap them out for We don't need to over here, so we're not going to. We're going to swap these out for shorter. Just going to do ones. Just to make sure to give us all the room we need. Glad we looked at that now. Because if I would have built all of this before realizing that it's going to be a pain to connect those. See, look at that. That's much better. So anyways, we're going to need to connect all of these, all 48 of these lines, down to the stuff that's under the map. So we could either start by bringing that stuff up, but I think it's better to actually bring this down. Because we're not sure how the space is going to be needed. So let's... boy, oh boy. I think... Let's add that. So we'll go... Yeah. Okay, we'll just do kilter there. Found an old drawing I was making for a friend. Yeah, I hit 6-7. Listen. If it's handmade then no matter what you may think about it, it's still better than not doing it. And it's some unique art brought into the world, even if it's 6-7. All right, let's. Feeling that was off. Might have skewed one or two along the way. All right, now we can get this on our bar. I wish I was able to make this blueprint so that I don't have to lower it each time. It'll definitely make it go faster. Just like the way it looks too much to not include it. Since you can't zoop lights. It took me a while to understand what was 6-7. That's Sign I'm getting old. I'm from the Waza to YOLO generation. Early 2000s to 2015s. I didn't follow the trends after that. Your game sound is higher than your mic. Ooh, thanks for letting me know. Let me adjust. Let me adjust that. All right. Let me know. It's also possible that I'm not talking as loud as I normally do because I'm feeling sick, so that could be it too. But let me know if it continues to be too loud, please. I can adjust on the fly. I would be a happy, happy bear if Coffee Stain allowed us to zoom signs. Well, yeah, it is a heavy sound, but it's still, that doesn't mean it isn't too loud, you know what I mean? 6.7 is the new 6.9. Pissed someone off saying that. That's hilarious. Don't know why anyone would get mad about that, but that's funny that they got mad. One of them is standing. It's because of the song, yeah. I knew. See, I knew we messed up at least one. Yeah, just chilling tonight, doing all of this here. Wake probably left for dinner. Hopefully he'll be back a little bit later. We were hanging out just a little bit before the stream. But yeah, all these little details mean so much in the end. Even if you're the only one who recognizes it and appreciates it, it's worth it. Because if you're going to build something, build something you're happy with, right? Whatever that may be. It doesn't necessarily mean it's got to be the prettiest. It doesn't mean it's got to be the prettiest at all. But maybe you care about pretty. Maybe you care about efficiency. Maybe you care about both. Either way, as long as you're happy with it, then that's what you should do. But I always feel like one of the best things anyone can do is try to challenge themselves so that they are continuing to grow. In whatever that means, whether that means your efficiency rates, maybe that means, trying a new build style. Hell, sometimes it could be preventing your, barring yourself from a certain material. Like, I'm trying my hardest not to do major glass structures. Now, that is a major glass structure there, but the rest of the building is not going to be glass and such. So, in the grand scheme of things, the amount of glass is negligible compared to all the concrete and such. Alright. So we got all those. Yep, another one. Sometimes it seems like the lines aren't straight, even when they are. The perspective is so weird sometimes. But look how nice those lights are. Like, look. Oh, it's just a small little thing. But to me, I think it makes a big difference. I really like it. Now, when we're done with the lights here, we won't continue building on this side. We'll go and start building the, we'll go and just lay down one of the storage buffers because we know we're going to have to wait for the pockets to fill that up so that we can build the second one. So since we got 7 to build, matter of fact, we should just go do that now real quick. Oh yeah, look at those lights. Last time I Marvel is good mix though. Looks really good at nitrogen. Aw. Well, oh, nitrogen. Yeah, nitrogen. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I think really the key is just trying to do different things. add to your list of add to your toolbox of tools by forcing yourself to do something different, trying something new. And you never know what might take you. Cerebellum, I did not expect it to take that type of shape. Yet, here we are. More! Yeah, we're going to need some time. So we'll come back. We're going to be doing a little back and forth here. Actually, we'll break this up even further. So that we're not doing the exact same thing over and over and over again. I think we got to go there. Is that it? Yeah. Do this. Actually, we can even do these across right now. Having less things down below is definitely a lot nicer than not accidentally hook onto something. There we go. I'm doing this the backwards, but there we go. Heck, maybe by the time we finish this, we could do another storage buffer build. Oh. Ooh. I missed. No. Okay. For some reason, it really looked like I missed one. Go. There we go. Oh, one more. All right. Yeah, this is going to look really good. Really good. Do we have enough? Yep, we got enough. Oop. There we go. Once again, I didn't think to do the second floor first. again, that look, just for some reason, it looks so crooked to me. Piece by piece, piece by piece. Ooh, thank you, Nerdy. Because Nerdy's still getting better herself too, but since I'm now with the plague, Nerdy has decided that she would be super awesome. Not that she normally isn't, but to prepare, put together dinner. Also, so I don't have to touch it. Which is probably a good thing. Less cross-contamination. Okay, let's not make the same mistake. Build across first. I mean, look how, like, claustrophobic has, like, I guess a negative connotation, but look how claustrophobic this feels. I love it. Feels so warm and cozy. Warm and cozy amongst the machines. Oh, just about preparing food. It's probably best if I don't remember, probably. Thank you, Nerdy. There we go. Up and over. We'll build the next buffer, but we'll go work on more of the input lines. There we go. So now it'll have time to catch up and fill our pockets. And we'll come back and work on the next bit. All right, I'm back. Oh. Yeah. And let's get some more lights going. can you imagine how much faster this would be if I could zoop? Ooh, how did that happen? There we go. See, at nighttime, look at that. It looks good during the day, but at nighttime it looks even better. Oh, baby, oh, baby. Yeah. See, every so often it just looks off. And then we'll worry about connecting these conveyors after we do a little more work on the storage buffer. Nope, almost did it again. Ooh. Look at all those lights. Oh yeah. Nerdy just brought me the rest of my dinner. Gonna take a single bite, even though this isn't a mukbang. Oh yeah. That is good. I went off. Look at that. Maybe I should turn my light on. I'm drifting. Okay. There we go. I almost feel like I need to restart the server or something. It feels a little more clunky than crunchy than usual. I know I'm doing a lot of work in a small space, but I've done this before. Oh, there we go. Wake has the numbers. I believe this system that is being built, that we're building, can handle like over 36,000 items at once. Theoretically, without getting bogged down at all. Might be higher than that, but I'm pretty sure it's at least 36,000. What, like 3 more we gotta build? Then we'll be done at least building this portion of what we need. Oop, autosave. Far, that's fine. Gonna need to build those anyways. This is gonna look so crazy once it's actually running. I'm gonna be so crazy. I think we're gonna have a hard time actually even like sending enough items here to fully utilize it. Right. Ooh, one more. Almost there on this. Boop, 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 boop. Is that, oh yeah, that was right. There it is, at least for the main body of it. We still have to finish connecting all of the second lines, and we still haven't connected this to the underground yet. Then we have to route. Actually, it's more than 48. I wasn't even thinking. Right? Am I doing this the hard way? 48 line. Oh. Hey, True 2, how you doing? So, I actually might have been doing this the hard way. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I only have 48 lines in, right? Well, if I only have 48 lines in, I've built way more lines in than I need to. That's so funny. What are you storing? So, here, let me show you. This is, I call this Factory 4. So, this is, I'll just kind of give a tour. I need a break from seeing that anyways. My eyes were going cross. So, we got a, this is going to be a factory campus to build all of the Phase 4 space elevator stuff. So, we got 48 lines available to come in on the train. They all are routed down here. Wake did this routing down here. This is Wake's handiwork. But all of this stuff routed. He routed all of this, and it goes into a load buffer he built. So all 48 lines go into this load buffer. It crisscrosses some of the lines, so it's it shuffles them up. And then it shoots all the 48. We have multiple big storages. This is going to be one for like this area, essentially. And then those 48 lines all come out into here, into Ingest Building 1. Which all Ingest Building 1 is another load buffer. So the lines are crisscrossed, but it's all 48 lines come in here. And the crisscrossed 48 lines, and then they all go. Now I used an exploit. Thank you. I used an exploit, okay, or a glitch, or whatever you want to call it. But since this is it's a server of our Discord and friends and such, so we all were okay with it. So it doesn't really break anything. So all 48 of those lines get routed underneath the map to here. So Ingest Building 1 is there. It all comes into here and down. Now this is going to be ugly. Yeah. No mods. This is all vanilla. Outside of this glitch, everything is... I mean, this is technically not... This is still vanilla. It's just a little glitch exploit thing. So all 48 lines then go down in here into another load buffer. Lines are crossed and everything. So this is ugly. This is the ugliest part of the build. But you know what? I was so tired when I built this because I was getting sick. And I'm still sick. But I said screw it, and I just built it. And it's messy, and it's spaghetti. But you know what? I kind of like it. I'm not against spaghetti. So it's kind of nice that there's a part of this build that is spaghetti. But most of the part of the build, I'm trying not to be spaghetti. So then all 48 of those lines will go up into Ingest Building 2. Well, I mean, technically there doesn't have to be a mess, right? Right? It's sometimes more fun to have a mess, but... so Ingest Building 2 is what these all go up to. So if we head out... So Ingest Building 2, this here is the only vertical storage array that I built because I wanted it to be kind of like a showroom. You know, this is on the side of the trains and the rest of the map and everything. So this is kind of the showroom for Ingest Building number 2. But the rest of the lines will be sorted down there. It's true. It could be worse. It definitely could be worse. That's the neural network of the brain. True. So, once we get all this routed, 48 lines are going to go in, and then 48 lines are going to go out. They're going to go behind the plateau to what hasn't been built yet, but it's Ingest Building 3 is going to be over here. Ingest Building 3 is going to be a condenser. It's going to take the 48 lines and condense them down to 24. Now, once we're condensed down to 24, those lines will be routed up into the cerebellum. So the cerebellum, mostly it isn't built yet. The cerebellum is mostly going to be wake. Come on. There we go. Cerebellum is mostly wake. So that's where he kind of picks up on this build again. But all 24 lines are going to come up these. So each individual line will have its own conveyor elevator to come up. And then he's going to build what we call the brain, which is the sorter array, like a chandelier. So it's going to be up above you with hopefully no floor between. So you'll look up and like a chandelier, you'll see the brain operating, the parts moving up, all that jazz. And then eventually, these are just temporary. These are just placeholders to kind of be like, oh, this is where. Well, we try to be sometimes. I can show you some stuff where it's definitely not fancy. Basement of this build is one of them. But so then the brain will 12 and 12, 12 on this side, 12 on this side. I'm going to have them like serpentine through just for show, just so like it looks like the wall is alive. And it's going to go into this storage array. Now, this might be bigger. I'm not sure. But the whole point of this storage array then is to help feed the 4 factories that are going to be built, because I'm going to build this like a campus. So there's going to be a factory on this plateau area. There's going to be a factory on the bridge over here. There's going to be like a factory in this area, and then like over here-ish. I'm not quite sure because this building extended out farther than I thought I was going to. So we'll see. But all the nodes around here are also going to help feed into the system. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, anyone can be fancy. A bunch of really nice builds on the server. Yeah, and that's what's really nice about having the servers, that you could kind of see what everyone is doing, and like it's not going to render in well. But like, I don't know whose building that is. Okay, so over there, that's part of I think that's nitrogen. Yeah, none of, you know what? Screw it. Let's take an Uber. We'll take an Uber. I designed like a taxi system. I call it Uber because I'm bear. And essentially, everyone has their own train. And I set up little Uber spots so that you could just use the train to be hands off and travel between places builds on the map. So we're gonna go to the far end. We're gonna go to Wake Luminum. I always have a hard time saying it. I need like Good Shot here to like say it to me. All right, so everything with the Uber is a place where you're meant to say, I'm gonna take this train there, and it doesn't block any of the freight traffic. So even though we don't have tons of freight traffic at the moment, we will. And so I wanted to make sure that there was no. Oh, actually, you know what we'll go to? We're gonna go to Illuminati, because that's a pretty area. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Hypertube cannons are great. Although the last time I built one, I launched myself taller than the space elevator and died because I miscalculated. There's nothing wrong with that. And hypertubes I used exclusively on the map to move around outside of for far distances. That is, like, you'll see when we get to the hub, it's a real mess. But the thing about trains is they're just fun. Like, you can honk your horn. You get to kind of see the map. You can kind of take it all in and relax. Plus, it's one touch hands off. So, like, if I wanted to get some water, use the restroom, just kind of chill and relax for a moment, then the train is a great way to do that. So this is Wake Oil. This is the majority of our power supply, not all of it, but a majority. It's mostly turbo fuel and some nuclear that we just got into. Wake is working on trying to upgrade them to rocket fuel generators. These are the very first rail lines I ever built a long time ago. These are horrible, and this was before there was blueprint connecting. This is ugly. 1010 hilarious, recommend watch, needs to be a short. Oh, that. Oh, yeah. Now, this is Wake's, like, iron factory he recently built, a concrete factory. This is my favorite thing he's built. I love how that looks. It's so cool. I love that. So we got a screw factory, screw you there. That glass building there, that is a brain. That was our central storage. But we actually outgrew it. That glass tower there, that's nitrogen. That's our main nitrogen. Not our only, but our main nitrogen. We got the hub down here. Copper sheets. That's our hub for the Uber. Everyone has their own parking space. We got some minor products being built there in a slew. Nerdy's Christmas Village. our original transportation hub there with the hypertubes. We got sulfur suffering in the far distance there with the yellow, that whole campus. Up there is 3 Mile Wake. That's part of the nuclear build. So it's kind of split between two different locations right now. This is something Doug built. I'm not sure what it's making, but he's like, oh, I don't organize very well. I'm like, dude, you organize great. Look at that. That's gorgeous. And then we're going to go over to Illuminati and see Silverplast. Now, I don't want to take credit for this design. There's a YouTuber that I can't remember the name of right now. Am I sick? That had discovered how to get below the map in vanilla. And so he designed a whole like subway system thing and he put the blueprints up. So there really isn't anything I would have improved upon, to be quite honest. So I just end up using his blueprints for this. Not to besmirch him, but obviously you can see it's a pretty straightforward blueprint. There's not anything crazy. If I was going to do it, I would decorate it more. But and then we come out over here. In a waterfall, out a waterfall. So we got Silverplast here. And up top is Illuminati. So you see we have little Uber stations. Just that way you can go and park without disrupting the freight. Even though there's no freight going right now in this line. Excuse me, got the hiccups. So Silver is newer to the server. And this is, I think, his first build. He's in the chair right now, so it's going to sound like I'm talking him up. But in all honesty, yeah, there's no walls on this right now, but look at the layout. Wake was looking at it earlier while Silver wasn't on. And Wake is one of those, he's huge into efficiency. And Wake was really impressed with the build. I mean, look at the organization, but then also the efficiency of this factory, according to Wake. I'm not an efficiency guy. I'm not a numbers guy like that. If someone wants to make my factory more efficient, all the power to them. I like to build and make it look good. Or spaghetti, or both. But Wake was really impressed by the efficiency of this. So it's this really cool, like, and he's kind of got a campus style setup going too, because there's some builds off that we can't see right now, going off like in this direction where he's also building other stuff like little annex buildings and such. Gonna real quick, gotta pull the mic or gotta mute the mic real quick. All right. Sorry about that. And then also true too. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't like to allow people to be notified when they subscribe, but I saw you did. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. And welcome. And then this is a build that Nerdy did, which I love. I made this here, and I made this to help complement, but I really love what Nerdy did here with, this is Illuminati. I call it Illuminati. And it's not like the largest factory at all, but that's not the point. It's making a lot of aluminum stuff. There's been a little band-aiding here and there just to get the numbers right. But look at what she, I mean, she built something really good here. And the fact that she built it in an area, I mean, obviously she built where the nodes are. But even though this game, you're supposed to kind of destroy the planet, something like this, we really try to keep the beauty of it. So we try not to knock down the trees. We tried to build around just to keep it. And look how nice this looks. All right, we're gonna go ahead now to Wake Luminum. I think that's how you pronounce it. Wake Luminum. So let's get rid of that, and we want to go to Uber Wake Luminum. There we go. Got to give it a little honk. Yeah, I should make a short of that. Of the cannon launch, because that was a disaster. I just got to see if I can do it without making people nauseous. I was spinning crazily. While we're in the tunnel, I'm going to go run and grab some water. I'll be right back. All right, I am back. Be right back. Preparing the main. Oh, bear! I've hunted and killed, and we now have 1,000. Oh my God! We could get the golden nut. Where's? Did I choose the wrong location? Why is it having us go? Is this really the shortest route? Okay, I'm going to have to modify this in the future. Well, this is 3 Mile Wake. Holy cow, we can get the golden nut. But we better wait until other people are on to cash that in. At least Wake Silver and Good Shot. There's Tranium. Wow, okay. I can't believe this is the shortest route over there. We're going to have to... Definitely going to have to make a little spurt. Or the nut party. TBVD, TBD. That's awesome, Nerdy. Good job. So here's Sulfur Suffering. This is where I first started trains, and I don't know if that all looks like it down there, but I believe it shows. Because holy crap, the signals I had such a hard time understanding at first. Seemed so simple, but they just didn't seem to work. So yeah, there's sulfur suffering. Makes all sorts of sulfur products, compacted coal, sulfuric acid, etc., etc. And then over here we have good oil. This is our original power grid once we actually upgrade it. Ah, no problem. True too. Thanks for hanging out. You have a wonderful night. Thank you so much. And once again, thank you for deciding to subscribe. You know what? Didn't even think about it until just now because of my state. Maybe we should do the secret word so I don't forget. If you're still there, True 2. If you want to win a Heartthrob package for Star Citizen, then right now I want you to type in the chat Cannon. Cannon in the chat to enter for the Heartthrob game or the Heartthrob package for Star Citizen. I'm leaving it running for the algorithm. Aw, thank you so much, True 2. Super, super generous of you. Thank you. Boom? Not boom, Cannon. Type Cannon. So here we are. This is essentially the opposite side of the map at this point from of all our builds. I have most of the stuff turned off because we got so many crazy things. But wait, aluminum here. Nuclear. Oil, good oil. We had sulfur suffering like over here. We have the brain, the hub. 3 Mile Wake, nitrogens like over here. Aluminarity. And silver plasmas up here. And all the way up here is the Factory 4. Hey, you never know, True. You might as well put it in. You never know. You never know. All right. So that's kind of that's a majority of what we got built on the server without going into all the little knickknacks and everything and the paddywhacks. So we're gonna head ourselves back to Factory 4. We now learned a new spurt we're gonna have to build because that was really, really, really. I mean, it gave you a more of a tour, but that was a long way to go. I wish we could reorganize this. That was a long way to go just to come this way. Oh, thank you, Silver. All right, heading out of the swamp. I built nothing here outside of the railway. Everything else was Wake, and I think Doug. Outside of the railway, the rest of this was them. So compliment or judge them on that. Just grabbing a few bites of food here real quick while we're on the trip back. Yeah, we're going to have to build a spurt from there to connect to this line or something. Yeah, that'd probably be the best way to do it. Might set up some train rails without connecting anything around the outskirts, make a pretty shoreline or something. Yeah, more power to you, Nerdy. Just because I've been doing all these train things doesn't mean I'm the only one that has to do train stuff. If you want to play around with the trains or create a line or something, go, yeah, do it. If you have any questions or come across any problems, just let me know. Once you know, once it clicks in your head how the signals work and the bug, because the bug was the biggest problem that I had. I was doing things right, but because of the bug that I didn't know about, it kept making the signals not work right. Bear played a very good horror friend slop not long ago. Species Unknown. It's a mix between Lethal Company and Alien Isolation. 4-player co-op. Yeah, I think I know that game. Isn't it? Don't you have like different types of aliens that are going around and you got to try to identify them while you're navigating like a space station or something? I think I've seen some people play it. And you know, Silver, that would be a fantastic game to play with people. Any advice? Okay, so I'm going to give you the same advice that I've seen 1,000 times, but it didn't work for me because I didn't know about the bug at the time. So I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing that I would tell anyone else, and you're probably gonna sit there and look at me and be like, "Well, dude, I know this already," and that's totally cool. But let me just show. Let's get back. Let's build just build out a little bit real quick, just to have a foundation. We'll delete this later. Why are you not wanting that? Okay. If we were near the hub, I have a testing area there. But we'll just do this so I can show you. And again, you're probably going to sit there and be like, "Well, yeah, I already know this." And that's the problem. I was doing things right, but because of the bug, I thought I was doing it wrong, and that threw me crazy. Oh, that's pretty cool, Silver. Really, my biggest problem, Silver, with all that stuff is just the time, like finding the time to play it. All right, so let's get. I think I have. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm not going to build like nice here. I'm just going to build. So obviously, if you have one line, you don't really have much to worry about, right? The signals, I don't know why I did it as a curve. Okay, so the key with the signals is simple. You want to, actually, you know what? I'll use my blueprint. That might be a little easier here. All right, so we have a roundabout, right? So we have a roundabout. This is a blueprint that I built, which makes things a lot easier out there. But, okay, so this gives us an instant intersection, though. So, so you have, I always get that backwards. All right, so Again, this is just messy, just so I can show. I want to try not to connect to whatever. Okay, so it is the main thing is the same thing that every video will tell you. You have block signals, right? And you have path signals. So when it comes to intersections, because that's where the biggest problem is. When it comes to intersections, the key is simply, I'm just going to do this. No one's going to come through right now. Whatever. So the key is simply to, we'll just extend this so we have some more room. Okay, so the key is simply any entrance. So like, let's say if we're looking at this right now, the right side is going forward and the left side is coming towards us. Okay? So that means trains are going to enter from the right side from this direction. So you need to make sure you put down a path signal. Make sure the arrow's going the proper way. It's facing the intersection, right? So we put a path signal because it's the signal to tell the train this is the upcoming path. Like, I don't know the exact like logic, like the proper verbiage for it, but essentially, if you see, we added this path signal and it changed the colors here, right? Everything was green beforehand. It's going to change the color now because it just randomly changes. But so okay, so it's green. As soon as we add this path signal, it separates this section from this section. And that's what this that's one of the things this path signal does. It's a logical separation of like direction in a sense. So for every entrance to an intersection, you need a path signal. Every exit needs a block signal. So as you see, this is right now saying, it's okay because there's no bugs because it's not feeding in on itself. But if we come over here and say block, because a train would exit that way, a train does not exit this way because it would be exiting this way. So we add a block over here, right? So now, I'm in the habit of exiting out. So now, that's bad colors. Let's see if we can cycle it again. Ugh. I don't like it because the two reds are so close to each other. So if you see here, we got an entrance here. So we're telling the game a train can come in this way. And we have a block signal here and a block signal here. We don't have to worry about this because this is an entry. We're going to add a path signal there, right? So a train could come in this way. A train could go out that way. A train could come in this way. And a train could go out that way. So the block signals are important because the block signals is what gives a clearance for the next train to move through. So a block signal will block off a section. And if any car, any freight, any train is in there, then it is reserved for that train until it either goes through the next paths section or it crosses into another block section. So I'll try to give you an example in a moment here. So block signals separates into different segments, but so do path signals. But block signals, all they do is care about clearance. Long as there's no train car of any type in that particular block, and the blocks can be pretty much as you want, long as there's like, I could put another block signal right here. See, look at that. Now, the color in there is really bad, but it is a different color. So this is one, this is another block, then this is another block, all because these block signals keep changing. Now, green obviously means good. You're fine. This, if you click on it, says block has conflicting entry signal types. Well, that's because we crossed into another train line. So the problem is that it doesn't have any pathing because there's no path signal. So I know this may sound a little kind of confusing, I guess, because it's a lot easier to kind of show it all. And as you do it, it just kind of clicks in your head a little bit. But if we got rid of this, the thing is, this now says the block has no exit signal. So we got rid of the confliction of pathing because there's no intersection anymore. But now the block has no exit. So essentially there's nowhere for this blocks to go. There's nowhere for this to travel to. So if we add another section, right, and we put another block signal, see, all of a sudden it's fine because now it has an exit. The exit is this next section. But the problem is this section now has no exit. And so this one is erroring out. Now, if we connect this, if it's not too sharp, okay, let's do this. If we connect this, okay, so if we connect this, right, this is now going to say that it's got conflicting. See? Because there's an intersection here. So if you can enter, what do you need? You need a path signal. Because you're entering an intersection. So you're giving the game a path for the train to travel through the intersection. So now the block signal has a way to get out. This is bugging out because it has conflicting entry signal types because there's no block signal on the exit. So I don't even know if I would have to rebuild this. So if we do this, one of the other things I would say is try to build in small sections when you're building intersections. Not necessarily that small, but because every place that you have a seam, you could put a block signal, and it makes things a lot easier. So now, see, this is once again saying conflicting entry signal types. Because it has we're telling the game, okay, you can go through this intersection, but there's no proper exit because we didn't put a block. We put the block in. Now, oh, it's still going to be bugged because we screwed up this intersection over here. See how everything's erroring out? So if we do this, right, and we put a path signal, because now we're entering into another intersection. Boom. So we got green lights. This is bugging out because I destroyed that. This is weird. Don't know why that's doing that. There we go. I think I built the wrong one. Yep, exactly. More objective. What is the bug? Yeah, I'll explain that in 1 second. So, there we go. Now, the only issue we have is over here. And I'm not sure why this is an issue, so let's see. Oh, block has no exit. That's right. This is a block. So, because there's nowhere for this to go, this isn't going to be working. So, the bug is if... Let's clear up some of this real quick just so we can let's delete this. So come on, there we go. Thank you. All right, so let's get rid of all this real quick so I can explain the bug a little bit better. So the bug is if you have intersections or if you have sections where the train line branches out. So like here, So we have one that breaks into two, right? Which is an intersection. So because of that, so we have two intersections here. We have an intersection of this crossing. We also have an intersection up here where it splits into two different directions. So the way I chose to do this is to make, there we go, this intersection all one intersection. So I have one path in. The only way this train can go out is either this branch or this branch. So I put my blocks. And then coming down from the other way, we got a path here and then a block over there, right? So this is one big intersection. The issue is when you have these branches here, you see how you could still snap one of the signals. If you snap a signal too close to an intersection or right on it, this is going to break things. But if I just do this, it didn't break as much as it didn't break what I thought it would. So the thing here is that if you build right on the seam where the intersection is, especially, this signal doesn't get read properly by the game. So, like, let's say this was a pathing. Let's see if it might bug out, it might not, because it doesn't always happen. And that's where part of the problem is. All right, so this time it worked, right? So this path signal is right on the junction where it splits. Right now, in this case, the game says it's fine. And this will work. This will work as a junction, and the pathing is perfectly fine. The problem is that sometimes you will build and you will have these signals really close to either the intersection or right where or especially where the lines split, and the game will not recognize that you put it in the right place. It'll think that you put it like, it'll think like you put it here or something, even though you put it here. So it doesn't read both lines. So that might be a little weird way of explaining it. I'm sorry, but that's the problem. Really what you want to do to solve the bug is just make sure you don't have any path signals, especially, or block signals, as you want to give yourself a little room from the intersection. That's the kicker. Give yourself a little room from any branch, any intersection, any crossing. If you give yourself just that little bit of space, then you're not going to have an issue. The game is going to recognize your signals all the time. I had built, we're nowhere near it right now, but at Sulfur Suffering, the lines were so close to each other, the intersections were so close to each other, that I had to build signals right on the line in the seam. And even though I built everything correctly, the bug of the game did not recognize that the path signal was applying to both of the lines. And so it wasn't saying, so it was giving me an error that the path signal was bad. And so everything else wasn't working right. And even though I was building path signal in, block signals out, and everything was covered, it just didn't work. But it worked in other sections, but not in all. So it was really confusing. And that's what caused me to really not understand signals for the longest time, because I didn't know there was this bug where all I needed to do is build like half a square away from where I was building, and it would have solved it. So I don't know if I really explained that well. I'm sick, so my brain isn't really braining properly right now. So I do apologize if that didn't make sense. But if it did, then yay. If it didn't, then I could try explaining another day when my brain isn't so foggy. Did I get rid of a signal here that I... Let's do pathing signal there. And then we can do block signal there. There we go. Yeah, there we are. I think that's what I had before. If not, that's better than what I had before. So Crush'em, I hope that at least somewhat helped. I might have confused you more, and if I did, I do apologize. It's one of those things that like it's a lot easier, even though it's a simple thing. Like now that I understand it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, yay! I can't believe I had such problems. But now realizing that there was a bug involved makes it make sense why. Oh, makes it make sense why I was having so much issues understanding it before. But signals are actually really, really simple. Once you just get a little practice, a little hands-on, once you build a few and you realize that you're doing it right, and you get that confidence, that self-confidence that, oh yeah, I did do this right, then it's gonna make the world a difference. You're gonna understand it. You're gonna sit there and you're gonna be it's going to be fun, but you're also going to sit there and be like, oh wow, okay, this is not hard. But you also want to use block signals on long segments. Like if you're traveling a far distance and you aren't using block signals, then like let's say you're going across the map. Sure, you can have a train going across the map, but if you're not using block signals to separate the divide the track up into separate blocks, then you're only going to have one train able to ride that line at a time. All of this is discounting manual driving. You can override anything with manual driving. But if you're doing trains, I'm assuming you're trying to do automation. For the most part, at least. I definitely built more lines than I needed to here. But you know what? Things, at this point, we went too far. Looks good. I mean, look at that. That looks super nice. So I have a few ideas of how I want to route the 48 back and around. But, and this may be a foolish endeavor, I want to see how many I can stack on top of each other, essentially. I meant vertical. So we'll go like that. Like that. Alright, so I wish we had the 6, but that's fine. We are going to do some science here. Oop. Just need to cut across. Actually, why am I even... I don't need to make it that big. That'll actually make that'll make it a lot harder, actually. So let's retry this. Just go one block. Delete that. I guess this would make it easier. Let's see. I think that bottom one's going to be too low. Let me connect. Yeah, that's going to be too low. And you don't want to use the floor now that I see that, because then they're going to be out of alignment. So let's try this again. Conveyor Walmart. Bottom. Bottom. You know what? It's probably going to behoove us to make this literally as small as we can. Maybe not as small as we can, but at least small. Okay, so, where'd it go? Let me go just a little up. Let's go like that. Like, it's gonna kind of stink to make this, but if this works, this is gonna save us so much time. So much time. Okay, so that looks good. So let's get... we'll see how many we can fit. We'll see if this... I don't think this will work, actually. Now that I'm looking at it, but... we'll have to see. All right, and then if this does end up working, we might as well color code it. All right. So, oop, there we go. Blueprints are so vital in this game. If it wasn't for blueprints, a lot of this would be probably more tedious than it's worth. All right, so let's just do some quick math here. Excuse me, sorry. Okay, so if we can, in 2 spaces, fit 5 comfortably, why does that... This one seems like it's higher up than it should be. Because it is... That's what happens when you make a little mistake. Good thing we caught it now. Right? Or is that actually too low? No, that's right, okay. So... Right? Yep. Up, down... Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it looks like it's not changing the amount, but the amount of space used, but it looks better. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for every 2. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, so 5, so 25, right? Yeah, 25. So 25 lines. That might actually work. So how many? We got 10. Let's see how tall. This actually might work. We could just go too wide. Come on. Get out. Keep hitting the tilde. Alright, so we'll use this just for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How does that look? Ooh, that is pretty tall, though. That is taller than I wanted it to. So, if we go there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, 1, 2, 5, 10, 15. Maybe I should, instead of making a large wall, maybe I should just make them 5 and 5, or 5 at a time. So 5, 10, 15. Oh no, we'd still have problems. Yeah, because if we could go thinner. I don't know why I did that. Alright, so do we have enough room to get our... We do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So do I make it... Maybe I should just make it for 1 block. But that doesn't... I don't think that's going to fit. Let's take a look. If I go 1 block... I guess that could work. Because I want to make this as modular as possible. Like, I don't want to build this thing just for one use. I could always just modify it later, though. So if we go... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need to get rid of these. So if that's the case, yeah, I think we just build. We just build it. Do 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 do. Trust me, the time that we're putting in right here is going to save us so much more time down the way. Blueprints are such a lifesaver. I just want to make sure I'm not also screwing up the spacing on this. Because that would really suck to put all this effort into this only for it to screw up. Okay, looking good. Boop, boop. I know this is a little slow, but if you measure twice, cut once, especially with a blueprint, you're going to be so much happier. Saw that Wake had joined again, but I don't know if he hopped into... Wake, are you there? I remember you joining the server a while ago, but you've been so quiet. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. No, I'm sorry. God dang it. Well, all the storage buffers are in place. They're not fully connected. They're not connected to the load balancer from before it yet. Right now I'm building a new blueprint to try to make the output go much smoother. What are you up to? Are you talking about trying to get the plutonium rods going? You know, you could always quit your job and become a nuclear engineer after all this. Might have to move to like Tennessee or something, but... Oop. Up. Almost there. I also... when I was connecting the inputs, just like the blank inputs, just so that, you know, there's something to connect the load balancer to, I did 2/3 of it before I realized I was doing double duty. There's only 48 lines, but there's 2 lines in, so I built for both lines. I'm not upset because it looks good, but it's like, damn, that's kind of a waste. Well, it does. I don't think my explanation of the train signals really worked that well with my sick brain. That should be the last one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Stop that game. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 18. Should I really have done that? Should I have just gone maybe 12 and 12? Or what? Wait. Oh, that's not even half. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Boy, I'm really not. I'm doing more work than I need to. Hold on. 42 or 48. 9 by 3. 16. So, I should really just do 16 lines. So this is 18, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16, 17, 18. Yep. Okay. So let's get rid of the top 2. That means we'll just need 3. All right. Then we get rid of this. There we go. And then we just building to wall. Long name. You're at 3 Mile Wake right now? What? I still got to think about how I want to decorate the exterior of this building. Oh, I'm going to have to give myself some more space, aren't I? Darn. So if I'm going to do this... Ooh. We might be lucky. Okay. Time to do a little deforestation. What do you mean I'm out of wood? Or whatever that is. Power. I forgot what they're called. Oh, man. I barely ever use them, so I never remember what they're called. This is the doo-doo song. What? I know we have it in our pocket. Bio. There we go. Solid biofuel. Balls. Ooh, audio got messed up there. Hold on, nerdy. Oh, weird that the audio is all messed up when I do the chainsaw. Alright, let's see where Nerdy is. Off to rescue... Oh, she's all the way over there. Alright, Nerdy. Hold on, I'm going to take the train. It's going to be much easier. And probably faster. On my way. On my way. That's what I say. Today. It's okay, Nerdy. I know it's so much easier. What? Oh, what the heck? Oh, I bugged this. Alright, I gotta exit the menu. I'll be right back. I bugged the train by... I was using my jetpack to get there fast. As I got close, I entered the train, but I didn't think I was close enough, so I entered the train, but I hit the button again to exit the train. Then I realized I exited the train, so I hit the button again to enter, and then it bugged me, where it thought I was in the train, but I wasn't in the train. Wow, this is, I think, the very first time I've ever streamed on Kick to where there wasn't a bot that bothered. Ah, there we go. Okay, Nerdy, I'm officially almost. I am officially on my way. I kind of wish it was like Star Citizen and told me what the ETA time was. Alright, I get to have some more dinner while in the train. At the beginning of my stream wake, I was recapping everything real quick and showing off what I did with Ingest Building 2. Because I had done that build, part of the build, without being on stream. And then about maybe 10 minutes into the stream, Nerdy's like, I can't hear you. can't hear anything. And I look, and I'm like, what the heck? OBS reset all of the audio. So I was literally streaming just picture, just video. No sound. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Okie Sooner. The train lines right here, though, are a little messy. It was the very first time I ever built them, and it was before blueprint snapping. So don't judge the lines here. But thank you for the trestles. I kind of toiled over them for a while. My original design was actually too, busy. There's too many lights. So I had to cut them back a little bit. And then, if you see, the lights aren't one solid piece on the lines, because I didn't realize you could overlap the signs to clear that up. So it doesn't look horrible, but I updated the version so that I'm still on my way, nerdy. Oh, don't go. Oh, okay. All right, I'll turn around. Back to Factory 4. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, nerdy. Aw, thank you. I really appreciate that. I've been trying really hard to get better with trains. Especially with blueprint snapping, it's gotten a lot easier to make the tracks level without having to just use foundations all the time. Not that I'm not against using foundations, as you see. But I really just, I've gotten some blueprints of train stuff now. I got roundabouts. There's still some kind of jankiness like this, but just trying to get better. I created a Uber. So anything that says Uber is a destination that you can travel to and park at that will not block any freight traffic. So it's an easy way to be hands-off, kind of enjoy the server, do like what I'm doing and grab some food real quick. Well, this isn't as spicy as I was looking for, but it's really good. I didn't quite get Ingest Building 2 done. I do roundabouts a lot, but mine are bigger than yours, so I have to place 2 blueprints to make it work. Well, there's something to be said about bigger roundabouts. It kind of makes the travel a little smoother, in my opinion. But I wanted something I could just slap down with a single blueprint. And it took some trouble. It took some time to figure that out because I only have the Mark II blueprint designer, and to try to make that roundabout in a Mark II was a nightmare. I couldn't get the last one to snap, and kept saying it was too tight, even though it was the same circumference as the rest. It was so annoying, but finally I was able to jank it in just right. Boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy. um, more ramping options with the larger one, I think is what you're saying. And if so, yeah. Yeah, that is true. But what is nice about the small one, though? What is nice about the small one? Hold on 1 second. So what's nice about the small one is because you can just do it in one click. If you need two that are near each other, it's not a problem. But this actually has, there's an entrance. There's so many entry points from different angles that literally I haven't, at least yet, had a problem trying to get in and out of this thing, while building. But again, if ever I need to, I can just put two like near each other. So for me, it's not that big of a deal. Like, I kind of like the way that they look, so if I have to put more down, I'm not really upset about it. But bigger ones do look nice, like really nice. What am I doing? I want to get rid of this. There we go. All right, let's dismantle. Thank you. All right, now let's go. This is a vanilla server, but that I do use. And we're gonna go to it right now. Let me get. Thank you. All right, so see, now we're under the world map. And this is very much spaghetti down here. So let's see. We need to connect these. I mean, I technically could just, let's see. It gets a little weird when you are out here. Yeah, I would have to manually send them down. That wouldn't be a bad thing, I don't think. If I send them down, then I could just connect them down here. Yeah, I think that might be the way to go. The issue is this one. These. Oh, look at that. I think that deleted the whole thing. Man, the audio's been so messed up. Like right now, my hover pack has no sound effects on it. All right, can we even? Right? Can we even? Man, yeah, the audio's been so messed up, and I had to reboot. All right, so we'll do. Yeah, I think we'll use these. Yeah, we'll just go. Yeah, we'll just go crazy down. Because down here is going to be hidden. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. I think all of these are fine if we just throw them down. Boop. We won't connect the other ones up, which is fine. We don't have enough lines for them anyways, but they aesthetically look like they'll be in use. Beams. I guess I really should have gone and checked to make sure these are low enough before I kept doing this. But now I've gone too far. I feel like I just continue on yellowing this. What do you think, Wake? You just became a man. So are you coming across any issues right now with your trying to get plutonium going? Like what's your sticking point at the moment? Drones, you said? I always name my drone ports. I ain't no slouch. Okay. Oh, you're at Wake Oil right now? Yeah, it's funny because I was like, oh man, I had recently had found out that you could do plutonium rods and then until you're ready for them, you could just sink them. And I'm like, oh my god, that sounds amazing. And then like 2 days later, you're like, I'm gonna make plutonium rods so I can sink them. I'm like, awesome, I can take that off my list. All right, let's go below and see what I messed up and what didn't get messed up. I can see why that was a pain in the ass to build. Yeah, exactly. 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 All right, so... Ooh, those went too far. We've gone too far. So these, that one. So those need to be... Ooh, ooh. Oh, that is going to be a difficult. Let's see if we can kind of cheese. There we go. And then if we do this, then we can essentially give ourselves like an angle to aim for. Oh no, but what about those? What about those? Is the backside clear? We may have hit a problem. No. Okay, that's fine. I have a workaround. I have a workaround. It's just I was hoping not to have to. Okay. But we got all of these jankily. Why not? Everything's been jank so far down here. Let's just keep the jank rolling. Thanks. Jank. Okay. Let's see the problem we'll have. Oh, you know what? Oh, maybe that would be a wiser decision, Bear. That would be a wiser decision. Yeah, that should be okay. Vertical up. Zoom over. All right. Line. Curve. There we go. Jank. 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 this is the just get it done portion of tonight's build. Brought to you by Bear. And Ridge Wallet. No, this is not a sponsored ad. All right. So we want to. So weird hearing the birds in this game. There's a flock of birds like right above in just building 2. So I just keep hearing them like do their mating call and all sorts of stuff. By the way, everyone, there will be clipping. This is also the clipping portion of this episode. And not the hit a button and make it 10 seconds short. Although that would also work. Okay, that did not clip as much as I thought it would, like I thought it would. What the hell? I like somehow got like booted off. Okay, let's heal ourselves. Nope, heal ourselves. With water. You know what to do with water. You know what to do. You just don't want to do it. Can you package water? Okay, because this, yeah, that's still not. There we go. Oh, this is so janky. Yes, you can package water into Culligan type jug things. Wake, you were wrong. You can package water. Oh, not quite. Okay, a little more down. Radioactive bullshit. All right. The first 4 lines have been added to the storage input buffer array stuff. Let's see. Actually, I could use this still. Give me one quick. Our package. Take it off curve build mode. No, true, because then it would look better. Down here, it's jank. We are janking it down here, like practically purposefully. This here, these curves, were accidental beauty. I did not mean for that to happen. I'm ashamed. Ashamed. Should not have looked that good. See, like, even that's not janky enough, but it is what it is. All right, give me one moment. I got a cough. I love that feeling when your throat's like, hey, you got a cough, and you're holding it back as long as you can. Oh yeah, this is gonna get janky. I love this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Is the game saving? What's going on? There we go. I don't know how my player model wasn't in the way of that, but okay. Let's go back to default. I always roll it the wrong way. Okay. Oh yeah, this is gonna get ugly pretty fast. Okay. I know I said jank, but this will be at least somewhat different. Ooh. Bring this around. All right. See a little crisscross there, a little crisscross action. Crisscross. Ooh. Oh, I really just need to add some power over here. Keep hitting tab, but I mean the heck Q. I've successfully contained the monsters. Very good, Nerdy. Very good. Auto save almost happening. Alright. Auto save complete. Alright. Curve. Perfect. Jank. Love it. Love it. Beautiful. Surprise cough. Down we go. Ah, there we go. Look at that. I love that. Willy Wonka on acid. Perfect. Wake. Eight lines connected to the storage array out of 48. Just a little bit more to go. Oh, I forgot about that. So, so not 48. We have 16. No, 6, 12. Wait a minute. 8 plus 6, 14? Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no. No. Hold on a second here. So, wake. Each storage array is only supposed to be 6 lines, right? Well, 12, but if it's 8 storage arrays, at 6 apiece, right? Oh, thank you, True. Have a wonderful night, True. Hope to see you again soon. Well, let's see here. So if it's 48 divided by 8, it's 6 lines, right? So if it's 8 across, 6 each, but if it's 12, then it's only supposed to be 4. Am I supposed to be putting 12 into each of these storage arrays or 6? Because you had originally told me 8. Oh no. Oh no. After all of this, Wake? No. No. It's not about bad, it's about what I already built. If it I mean, either I screwed up or you screwed up. The question is who screwed up? Because if I screwed up, then I gotta move 6 lines. If you screwed up, I'm gonna cry. Where the hell are you? Are you in a are you in a train? Maybe it's not. Maybe I have the trains turned off, and that's why I'm not seeing you. Oh, there we go. It wasn't showing you because you're in a train, so you're in a train symbol. I had the train symbols turned off. I just realized you were talking to Wake, and I can't hear him. You can't hear Wake? Gosh darn it. Wake, keep talking real quick. Son of a gun. Yeah, apparently. Oh, I am so... Son of a gun. Why is this not... Okay, talk again, Wake. Oh my god. Something got screwed up with the wavelength software on this one. This is the oddball out. All the other ones was OBS. This one it's... All right, try talking again. Oh my gosh. What is going on here? What is going on? I can't believe this. This whole time you and I have been talking and you're not showing up on stream. And it's not... There's no reason why. Why are you not showing up on stream? Son of a gun. Everything is showing set up right. Here, let's do that. Here, let's just do this. Let's just remove that channel. This might break things, so yay. Discord. All right, talk. Oh my gosh. It's, yeah. This is so funny. All this time. Well, that's something I got to figure out now. Sorry, everyone. Why don't you have radiation? What? Yeah, something's been a little something's been a little weird with the server tonight. I was saying earlier I felt like I needed to restart it even though I shouldn't have had to. I didn't, but I probably should have. All right. Now that things got broke, let's take a moment here. Just see if we can fix it. What the heck is going on? Oh, yeah, that's the wrong. So delete that. We need wavelink. This is going to be Discord mix. You son of a bitch. I don't think you are. You... All right, so everyone who can't hear Wake right now, I just want to say, we had in-depth discussion numerous times about this, and I have confirmed with him over and over again how many of these I need to build. And he was adamant. 8 across, 3 deep. And they can't hear you, Wake, but now it's supposed to be 4 across, 3 deep. What? Oh, yeah, three more on top of them. You whore. You utter whore. I really wish they could hear you right now because we should shame you. Shame. 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 And they can't even hear you right now. I'm so mad. Do you see what I built? You see how much time it took me? And I only needed to build half of this? Not even. Not even. You... You bastard. You bastard. At this point, I'm keeping it. Yeah, of course it looks beautiful. You bastard. Oh my God. I so wish people could hear you right now. Why the hell does this not want to? It literally is picking up on everything but Discord. And I don't know what. Oh, did Wavelink update? Oh, maybe Wavelink updated as well, and I didn't know that. Because if Wavelink updated, the Discord in Elgato is broken right now. Yeah, that didn't come through at all. Son of a gun. Yeah, none of that's coming through. Let's test this. Okay, so that's still coming. Wait a minute. It's coming. Hold on. Is that what the problem is? Is it somehow routed through something it's not supposed to be routed through right now? Sorry, everyone. Obviously. The hell? Let's see what that is again. Can I add Discord here? Will that work? Hey, wait, talk. No, that didn't work. Mother suck. Ah. Why is it not wanting to come through? I can't believe you did this to me. Yeah, this is strange. I'm gonna have to try to figure this out off stream. I don't think Wavelink updated, but if it did, then that might explain it. I had to roll back my stream deck, but I don't remember Wavelink updating. So if it updated, maybe it updated silently and I didn't realize it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Dang, can't hear you. All right, well, Wake. I really don't think you are. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, wait a minute. I put 12 in that one. My numbers aren't numbering at this point. Hold on a second. Oh, okay, well. Did you leave already? It's just, I don't know why. Why are you hiding from the bullets? I don't feel good, Mr. Stock. All right, I'm done. awake. It's okay. It looks more impressive this way, I guess. We don't have more than 48 lines. Well, that's what I'm doing. I know, that's what I'm going to do. Except for I screwed up with the show display, so I'm going to have to reconfigure this. I'm not sure which one. Here, before you leave, I need your opinion. Over by the show display. No, nerdy. Trains can only go 2 meter ramps at most, either up or down. Are you by me? I don't know where you... By the square part, glass. Up top. So, out of the 12 lines, you see I had to kind of jankily make them fit. Which 6 looks better? You win this round. I was going to say there is a correct answer. And I was going to shoot you if you... No. I don't know why you would think that, Wake. If I wanted to shoot you, I would just shoot you. You don't know when, you don't know where. But at some point, some bullets are going to come flying your way. Like you're in freaking Compton or something. Oh, man. It has been... The server's been a little rough tonight. I know that was a save, but still. Come on. Let me... Come on. It's funny because with all of these storage areas here, it's hard to build these glasses back because there's so many oh, that's not right. There's so many hitboxes now. There we go. Oh, nope, that one's not right. Oh, maybe I got them all in. Come on. Well, that's not right. Oh, that's not right either. Okay. Fudge. Come on. Where is the right hitbox for that? Nope. Get. Dang it. Is that the right one? Nah, we might just have to figure this out later. Why can't I get that? Let's fix this out here. Now we don't need these. Wake made sure of that. Bear got another for. Oh, nice. Nerdy. Oh, man. I think my throat has reached its limit for the night. I might have to. It's after 9 anyways, but I was trying to get at least a couple more things done. Oh, come on. Okay. Thank you. Have a good night. All right. Yeah, nerdy. That's just going to have to wait for another day, I think. I am going to need to tap out because of my throat for sure. And what Wake did to me. No, actually, I'm not too upset because this is actually going to look pretty cool. And it didn't eat up that much more space than I was already planning to. So, it will make routing a little more... Like, there's a little less room for routing, but I think I already have that figured out anyways because of the blueprint. I know you guys couldn't hear Wake, as we found out towards the ending there. And I think Wavelink updated itself, and the current Elgato, at least Stream Deck, is broken with Discord. It won't work with Discord. So I had to roll back my Stream Deck. But it looks like maybe Wavelink might have also updated, because all the sounds are working on Wavelink except Discord. So I'm gonna have to look into that as well. I do plan on being back tomorrow. Long as my throat is okay. I don't sound too bad right now, but it's actually like it's kind of like it feels rough. Just doesn't sound as bad as it feels right now. So. So we'll see. If I don't stream tomorrow, it's because I'm going to take the night off for my voice and shore it up for Thursday. Or tomorrow's Thursday. God, I can't even keep track of days. Shore it up for Friday. I might continue doing a little work here, like doing the connectors and fixing this now that we know what needs to be changed. But yeah, so... Adventurers, I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm not going to do a long sign off here because, again, of my throat. I want to thank you all. I want to thank all my channel members. Sorry that today's stream was a little rough. I am going to blame sickness. It for sure is the case in some regards. For sure. Oh. But I appreciate each and every one of you. Got to hang out with a couple of new people tonight, which was awesome. Oki Sooner, True 2, and Crush'em. Hope you all enjoyed and got at least a little entertainment. Everyone else, as always to everyone, I hope you all have a wonderful night. If it is nighttime for you, then I hope you get some good sleep and relaxation. When it's daylight for you, I hope it goes quickly for you, because it probably is a work day for you. And if I don't see you tomorrow night, I will see you Friday night. So adventurers, as always, Silver 07 to you too. Thank you very much. As always, adventurers, have a wonderful time. Be great. And until we see each other again, bye-bye.